City of Stevens Point Public Policy and General Government Meeting, recorded May 9, 2022.
Okay, Public Policy and General Government Meeting is starting at 6 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do it.
There we go. All right, call to order at 6 o'clock, and Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Fischler.
Here?
Kiemer.
Here.
Christensen.
Here.
Zarazua. Here. Kneebone.
Here.
We have a quorum? Okay. Let's see here. Item number 2, request to hold an event street closing for filming a video on Main Street on May 15th, 2022. This is a new event. Would anyone from the committee like to? Oh, I'm sorry.
We have an amendment from the applicant. In working with the police department, they thought it might be better to do it a little earlier and maybe a little shorter distance based on the topic. So the request has been changed now to starting at 9 a.m. and only from 3rd Street to the square. And that's at the request of the police department. The applicant is in favor of doing that, so I needed to make that amendment for you.
Okay.
So again, it will only be for about probably less than an hour. 9 a.m., same day, from 3rd Street to the square.
Okay. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. Alder Kiemer.
Alder Kiemer moves.
To accept the amendments to the request.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Alder Christensen. Are there any questions or concerns from the committee? Any questions or concerns from police?
No.
Okay. Any questions or concerns from the public?
Just to be clear, because you said to accept the amendment,
Oh,
you mean, are you motioning to approve the amended request?
Yes.
I just wanted to be clear on that, and that was clear on the second? That's fine. Thank you.
okay. All those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Okay, and that, that was approved. And item 2B, Juneteenth on June 18th. This is a reoccurring event for the year 2022.
You can take them all, both together if you want.
Oh, okay, since they're reoccurring events.
Yep, since they're reoccurring.
Okay, and also item number C, a request to hold an event street closing for Walk Wisconsin on June 3rd, 2022 to June 4th, 2022. This is also a reoccurring event. Is there a motion? Moved by Zarazua.
Alder Kiemer, I'll second.
Seconded by Kiemer. Are there any questions or concerns from the police?
No.
Any questions or concerns from the?
Just a comment, I've handed out orange slices and grapes at one of the Walk Wisconsin rest areas, and people from all over the place come in. It's really a great event. It's not just local folks, so kudos to having it back again.
Awesome. Anybody else? Any questions or concerns from the public? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Okay, that is also approved. Okay, item number 3A is the Class B beer and Class B liquor license for Atithi LLC at 5110 Main Street, Stevens Point, for a license period beginning May 23rd, 2022. Is there a motion? Or, okay.
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second? Is there a zero? Okay, are there any concerns from the police?
Law enforcement does have a concern. I'm actually going to hand out this stuff so you can look at it. The calls for service we've had there in the last 3 months only.
Thanks, Polly. No, I don't need one, just make sure we got one for the record.
Yep, I got it.
So if you look at this, when officers found out that they were going for a liquor license, several officers came to me with concerns, and they had asked me to look up the last 3 months of calls for service at Econo Lodge, which is 5110. And if you look at it, we've gotten 35 calls in the last 3 months there. Drug investigations with led to grams of meth being located. We had physical altercations between individuals who stay there and workers that work there. We've had domestics out there that resulted in slashed tires and domestic charges. We found property out there, a Gembagia meth, another pink Gembagia meth. There was, and I can go through a lot of these, the disturbance out there, disorderly male, accused staff of entering the room and taking money, physical altercation between two maintenance workers. We had a running car in the parking lot. Somebody called in suspicious individual, and that person had been arrested 4 days prior for possession of meth and heroin. The apprehension of the male that was the suspect in the shooting on Torren Road was actually located there. Was involved in a chase, an accident. He was in possession of body armor and guns. Another male that was in the hotel room had cocaine on him. An intoxicated male was causing a disturbance trying to get keys back from his mother. There was a fire in the hotel room that was occupied by one of the hotel workers. There was a male that was causing a disturbance because he had won on a lottery machine that was in the lobby, and was arguing with the owner of the hotel. We had females that were arguing over last handbags. We had lots of 911 hang-ups. We had a physical altercation. The victim was choked and punched by her husband. There was a knife involved, another domestic, and there was drugs that were involved in that one. We had auto accidents. We've had stolen laptops. We've had a worker that was bit by a guest dog. We had two females that were not in very good condition. It ended up being because of the amount of alcohol they had in their systems. We ended up finding a missing and endangered female out of Outagamie County that was located at the hotel as well. That's just some of them.
Oh, wow.
Our concern is that if we give them a liquor license, alcohol is not going to help us in this situation. And one of the individuals that they actually put on their application process as an agent for them wasn't even allowed to get a bartender's license because of his felony convictions. So it's the Stevens Point Police Department's position, and we're asking you to deny that liquor license
Okay.
at this point.
Just for clarification, Chief, because there is a restaurant associated with the building, but they are two separate entities. This does not affect the restaurant and their ability to serve alcohol. It's only the applicant at 5110, the hotel portion.
Correct.
Okay. Well, based on that information, I guess, are there any other questions or comments from the committee, first of all? About the information?
Has this applicant had a liquor license in the past, or, no? So this is a new,
They have had one in the past.
The building, not the current
Building,
owner.
but-
Yes, and now it's new ownership.
okay.
Any questions or comments from the public? So in this case, I don't know that we would need to change the motion. I think it would just be if you would approve to move forward with it, you would say aye, and if you would move forward with denying it, you would say nay. Am I correct?
You are absolutely correct. So
Okay.
the motion is to approve. If you vote no, the motion will not be approved. Does everybody understand that? It's a little weird. It might be better to,
To rephrase it?
well, it might be better to just pull that motion. If someone wants to make another motion, to the contrary, it might be better to specifically state that, because when it comes to council action,
Okay.
it will,
Confuse people.
it might get confusing.
Okay, so I guess there's a motion to amend the motion, previous motion. Is it? Or withdraw. Or do we just amend it?
So Robert's rules technically says you can't withdraw a motion. You have to vote on it.
Okay.
I would recommend, if we're gonna follow Robert's rules, vote on this motion, and then another motion would be in order.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
yes. So, all those opposed, okay, so all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay.
Nay.
No, nay.
Right.
That motion is denied.
Right, so now if someone wanted to make a motion to deny, now would be an appropriate time.
Okay, is there a motion to?
I would make a motion to deny based on what the police department indicates it would be not a good thing to have. So move to deny the request.
Moved
I'll
by-
second the denial.
Seconded by Kiemer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and that has been approved. Oh, I'm sorry, oh.
Call
and-
those opposed.
Oh, and all those opposed?
Right,
Nay.
now we're good.
All right.
The rest, I think you can take all of that.
Okay, so item number 3, B and C, we can, those are separate items.
They are separate, and you've got some on
And
the other
then
page.
Take D through G together, probably.
Whatever you'd like.
Okay, so.
You could do them
just
all together if you'd like.
all of-
Yeah, it's just on a separate
Oh.
page. They're all A, B, C, D. So you could do B through I, all in one motion if you'd like.
Okay,
That's your discretion.
okay. So I guess we could take these all together. So items B through I.
You should read them.
Okay, so those are as follows. Item B, Class B beer, Class C wine license for Main Grain Bakery and Eatery at 1009 First Street, Suites B and C, Stevens Point, for a license period beginning May 17th, 2022. And then item C, Commercial Animal Establishment License, The Dog Groomers LLC, located at 1432 West Pearl Street, Stevens Point, for Andrew Yankee and Mariah Schendel at 1432 West Pearl Street, and those are the owners. Item number D, or item D, letter D, a temporary Class B beer and Class B wine license for Create Portage County, P.O. Box 565, Stevens Point, for Dinner in My Kitchen on June 17th, 2022, at 1200 Briggs Court, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, 54481. Item E, temporary Class B beer, Class B wine license, Create Portage County, P.O. Box 565, Stevens Point, for Juneteenth on June 18th, 2022, at 1100 Crosby Street, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, 54482. Item F, temporary Class B beer, Class B wine license, Holy Spirit Parish, 2151 Stanley Street, Stevens Point, for Spirit Fest on July 24th, 2022, at 2151 Stanley Street, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, 54481. Item G, temporary Class B beer, Class B wine license for Create Portage and P.O. Box 565, Stevens Point, for Dinner in My Kitchen on October 27th, 2022, at 1200 Briggs Court, Stevens Point, Wisconsin, 54481. And item H, for temporary extension of licensed premises for Ruby Colorful Coffees at 1410 3rd Street, Stevens Point. Request for an extension of licensed premise for a seasonal parklet, May 17th through October 31st, 2022, to include 2 parking spaces functioning as an additional outdoor seating adjacent to the front entrance on the south end of the parking lot. Item I would be the 2022 to 2023 Class B beer and liquor, Class B liquor winery, Reserve Class B beer and liquor, Class B beer and C, beer and C.
You can just say all of the beer and wine and liquor license renewals.
Under the sun, okay. All right, so all those in favor, I'm sorry, if there's a motion, please. Someone like to make a motion?
I'll move to approve, did you, I'll move to approve all the licenses and all
That's it.
inclusive.
Moved by Alder Neville.
Temporary permits and,
Could I get a second?
Alder Christensen, second.
Seconded by Alder Christensen. All those in favor say aye.
Discussion.
Oh, sorry, yes. Is
we
there
got one
any
person.
questions or concerns from the chief?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And any questions or concerns from the committee?
pretty much looks like it's just, most of these have long-established businesses without.
Actually, the Main Grain Bakery and Eatery is new.
Other than that one, I'm
Because
looking
it's
at
now an
the.
eatery, or will be
It's
soon.
It's still the Main Grain, right?
Yeah, yeah, they'll be serving food there, so that's a pretty cool expansion. The Dinner in My Kitchen, as you said, is not your kitchen. That's the program that they're calling Dinner in My Kitchen. Create Portage County's running that. Those are new events, I believe, Juneteenth. This will be our second year celebrating Juneteenth. Ruby, of course, has had the parklet through the pandemic, so those spots are the same. And then the renewals, of course, are annual this time of the year.
Okay. Any questions or concerns from the public? No? All those in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
6:15.
6:15.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.